Mama June. Fans call out production after spotting STAGDCENE in latest season. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Mama June series has been featuring the aftermath of Anna's passing in Season 6. June and her daughters have been featuring how the family has been holding on to each other since the tragedy. Shannon has already been busy fighting for Caitlin's custody. She received a legal notice after Anna's ex, Michael Cardwell, sued her in court. The reality TV star now has been making sure to get her granddaughter's custody. Season 6 of The Family Crisis has been quite a roller coaster ride. The first part of the season showcased June and Alana's rift about the money theft scandal. Meanwhile, the second part featured Anna's last days. WeTV viewers had a lot of complaints about the show since the start. Now it seems that they have already spotted a staged scene in the latest episode. Mama June. Fans lashed out at producers for staging the show. WeTV fans already targeted the Mama June series for poor staging and scripting scenes. They caught the makers faking the storyline several times in the past. Shannon and her daughters have been grieving Anna's loss in the latest episodes. The former has always been an easy target for fans due to her poor acting skills. Now, it seems that viewers have caught her in a staged scene. Recently, a Redditor posted a particular segment from Season 6. In the clip, June was talking to someone over a call. Fans were quick to note that she wasn't talking to anyone and called out the productions for the staged scene. The OP wrote, "All Mama June show is so fake and funny, to the fake officer at the door to the fake phone call to the lawyer." The user went ahead and called everything pathetic after pointing at June's phone screen to prove she was never on the call. Several fans laughed at the scenes and slammed the network for scripting the show. One fan stated, "This is what I don't get about the show." The fan couldn't understand why the network added all the fake things despite having so many things to cover on the show. Moreover, a different fan added, "Yes, all reality shows are scripted and manipulated by production." Further, others were annoyed and called the whole show was scripted. Mama June tells daughters to pack bags for a surprise vacation. June Shannon and her daughters have been trying their best to move on since losing Anna Cardwell. They have been grieving in their own ways. Recently, WeTV shared a new teaser to reveal an exciting turn in the family's life. In the clip, June calls up Pumpkin and Jessica to make a big announcement. She told them to pack their bags as they were going on a girls' trip. The reality TV star shared they would be traveling to Florida to spread Anna's ashes. However, Lauren and Jessica weren't ready for the sudden trip. They couldn't believe that their mother was telling them to leave all the plans and go on a trip. Moreover, fans were upset with June for not asking her daughters before making the plan. Keep coming back to TV season and spoilers to find out if Shannon will convince everyone for the trip. Reality TV promises one thing above all else: authenticity. The raw, unfiltered moments, the tear-streaked confrontations, the unscripted chaos. It's what keeps audiences glued to their screens, week after week. So when fans begin to suspect that the drama isn't quite as real as it appears, the fallout can be swift and unforgiving. That's exactly what happened following a recent episode of Mama June, Family Crisis, when eagle-eyed viewers caught what they believed to be a staged scene. And the backlash was immediate. The moment came mid-season, during a tense sequence that had been heavily teased in promos for weeks. It was supposed to be a climactic turning point in the family's ongoing struggle to mend fractured relationships and navigate grief in the wake of Anna Chickadee Cardwell's death. But instead of raw emotion, fans were left with a bad taste and a mountain of questions. It all began with what seemed like a spontaneous visit. The camera followed Mama June Shannon as she drove to a relative's home, clearly distraught, muttering about needing to clear the air. The edit was shaky, the lighting dim. Everything screamed tension, but something was off. The problem wasn't the drama. The problem was the continuity, and reality TV fans are nothing if not detail-obsessed. Social media lit up within minutes of the episode airing. In one frame, June was seen arriving at the house in a dark hoodie and jeans. Moments later, in a supposedly unbroken timeline, she was suddenly wearing a completely different outfit, A floral top and black leggings, her hair styled slightly differently. Fans immediately wardrobe change mid-conversation. This was evidence, they claimed, that the scene had been filmed on 2 different days and cut together to appear like one seamless moment. Worse still, the surprise interaction that followed, where June supposedly caught a family member off guard, appeared anything but. The lighting in the house looked too perfect. Microphones were already visible. The shocked reactions seemed rehearsed. Within hours, fan forums exploded. Reddit threads with freeze frames and timestamps were dissected with surgical precision. TikTok sleuths slowed the scene down, pointing out how even the background props had changed slightly. A pink throw pillow mysteriously shifted places between cuts. A soda can went from full to empty in seconds. The evidence was piling up, and so was the frustration. Fans didn't just feel disappointed. They felt betrayed. For a show that had built its following on gritty, unscripted family drama, drug recovery, estranged children, tragic losses, the idea that producers might be manipulating moments struck a nerve. It wasn't just about one botched scene. It was about the integrity of the entire show. Critics were quick to pounce. Media outlets that had previously been sympathetic to June's tumultuous journey began to raise eyebrows. Was this just one flub, or had the entire narrative arc of the season been choreographed for maximum drama? For longtime fans, the suspicion cut deep. They remembered the early days, the raw vulnerability of Alana Honey Boo Boo, navigating the pageant world, the chaos of June's legal troubles, the harrowing arc of her addiction and eventual rehabilitation. Those moments felt real, messy, and unfiltered. They'd stood by her through custody battles, health scares, and the heartbreaking loss of Anna. But now they were being asked to believe that producers had started scripting grief. The anger didn't just stop at fan forums. Social media influencers began calling for accountability. Some urged the network to address the scene publicly. Others demanded a look behind the curtain, transparency about how much of the show is real versus manipulated for drama. And quietly, the ripple effects began to spread. Ratings for the following episode dipped noticeably. While still strong, they weren't what they had been. Loyal viewers hesitated, unsure if they could continue investing emotionally in a show that might be playing them. Behind the scenes, sources close to production began to whisper. Crew members, speaking anonymously, hinted that reshoots had become more common in recent seasons. When key emotional beats didn't land the first time, scenes were sometimes tightened, a euphemism for staged recreations. This wasn't uncommon in reality TV, but on Mama June, Family Crisis, it felt different. It wasn't just dinner table arguments or prank scenes being manipulated. It was the emotional core of the show: family, trust, redemption. The specific scene in question, as it turns out, had been filmed over 2 separate visits. Insiders now suggest that the initial conversation had been interrupted due to a camera issue. Producers asked June and her family member to repeat the confrontation as naturally as possible the following day. But by then, the rawness was gone, replaced with awkward pauses and forced expressions. Editing tried to salvage the moment, but the continuity errors gave it all away. The illusion shattered, and with it, a deeper question emerged. How much of this season was real? Fans began revisiting previous episodes with new eyes. That tearful kitchen breakdown, was it genuine or coached? The surprise reunion in the park, was it as unplanned as it seemed? The storm grew louder. Production issued a brief statement, neither confirming nor denying the claims, but insisting that the heart of the show remains true to the real experiences of the Shannon family. It was meant to reassure. Instead, it fanned the flames. Because for fans, that wasn't enough. They wanted truth. They wanted the gritty, unscripted chaos that had made Mama June compelling in the first place. They didn't want lighting cues, retakes, or scripted reactions. They wanted real family crisis, not reality theater. And at the center of it all was June herself. She hadn't commented publicly, but insiders say she was rattled. The backlash wasn't just about the scene. It was about the implication that her journey, her pain, her growth, her losses, wasn't being treated with respect by those telling her story. The grief over Anna was real. The stress over Caitlin's guardianship was real. The tension with Lauren, Alana, and the rest of the family was real. So why, June reportedly asked, was any of it being reshot? The answer, predictably, came down to ratings. Producers wanted drama. The stakes had to escalate. Viewers had to stay engaged. And when real life didn't deliver fireworks on cue, well, there were always edits.